Hey guys, welcome to Dude, I Love or Hate My Ride. And today I've got Tom here with me who recently purchased a brand new 2018 Ford F-150 with the Coyote, the 5-liter. And this show is all about you guys. Basically, we wanted Tom to come in here and talk about the experience of owning this truck, talk about how he bought it, why he decided to purchase this vehicle, and what his experience has been since he bought it, so that if you're in the market for an F-150, you'll have kind of a real owner experience to draw on. So Tom, let's start with the F-150. Why a Ford?
So a couple reasons. I come from a Ford family. My dad's always owned Ford trucks, F-150s in particular. He's always had really good luck with them. You know, I grew up, that was the first car I ever drove when I had my learner's permit, was driving a Ford. I like the design of them, the options you can get with the F-150. For example, with this truck, I was able to get an XLT model with all the goodies I wanted. So heated seats, navigation, the FX4 package with the locking differential and skid plates, without having to go to that next level model. So the luxury model.
So it was affordable.
It was affordable, yeah.
And did you even look at like a Silverado or a Ram?
So I did look at Ram.
Okay.
I was going to be a traitor to the Ford name,
right.
And I was thinking about going with a Power Wagon, just because of the stuff I like to do. I'm a big hunter and fisher, and I love to get out in the backwoods. And you know, that Ram was very appealing, the Power Wagon, because of the equipment it came with. But having said that, I've got a friend who's got a 2017 Power Wagon, and you know, I've got to play with his a little bit, and it's just a little too big for an everyday driver. The gas tank's a little too small for the MPG it gets. So when you get way out there in the woods, you always have to really carry extra gas with you because it goes through gas so quickly, and the gas tank's not really that big. So size, cost, this was cheaper than the Power Wagon. And then for everyday driving sake, this is more comfortable than the Power Wagon. So I decided to stick with the F-150.
Yeah, of course you're talking about a heavy duty versus a full-size truck.
Right.
And you're talking about a big-ass Hemi versus a 5-liter. So
sure,
they are different. And we're going to talk about what happened when you were out with your buddy with the Power Wagon, because it is a little, well, I'll leave it till the end of this discussion. He got stuck in anyway. So Ford, of course, sells a lot of engine options, right? And they're really pushing the EcoBoost, which are the twin-turbo, the 2.7 and the 3.5. But you went with the old-school 5-liter. Why the classic V8 instead of the twin-turbo V6?
So, you know, the main reason is the numbers are pretty comparable. Obviously, the 3.5 EcoBoost is a little more powerful, a little more torque, a little less horsepower, right?
Sea level.
Yeah, but the numbers weren't different enough for me to justify the extra cost. The MPG on this 2018 is really good for a V8.
So what are you getting?
So before I put the aftermarket tires on, I was getting around 18.5 really combined. Good. Yeah. And even after I put the aftermarket tires on, and they're 10-ply, so they're heavy, I'm getting around 17.4 MPG.
Is this combined?
Combined,
yeah. That's really good.
Yeah. So, you know, the numbers were close enough. The cost was a little less. And I've had a 2014 F-150 with the Coyote in it, and it was a great engine. I never had any problems with it. I put about 60,000 miles on that truck, and not a single issue.
So you talked about the tires. Let's check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously these are not stock tires. These are the Goodyear Wrangler.
Yep.
Yeah. And why'd you go with these tires?
Yeah. So being in Colorado, as you guys know, we can get some pretty serious snowstorms around here, and I wanted a tire that would be as capable in the summer as it is in the winter. And these tires, having that mountain snowflake rating, have proven their value in the snow. I've had these tires on previous trucks, and my buddy's got them on that Power Wagon, and they've just really performed in heavy snow, mud, and rock.
Yeah, so let's talk about that story, right? So you were up there hunting, right? And you had this truck, and your buddy had the Power Wagon.
Yeah.
And what happened?
So we were hunting third season rifle, which is at the end of October, and we were hunting about 11,000 feet. And in about 48 hours, it had snowed almost 2 feet on us. So this is right after I had just gotten this truck. I hadn't put the aftermarket tires on it yet. Still had the stock tires on it. And it was a lot of snow for those stock tires, and I got stuck a couple times trying to get out of there.
And the Power Wagon has a winch.
The Power Wagon has a winch. So fortunately, my buddy's got that 2017 Power Wagon with the Warren winch on it and was able to winch me out. Not only did he winch me out, but there were some guys from Pennsylvania that were up there that had slid off a switchback and were only saved by trees from tumbling down the mountain.
Yeah.
So we came up on them at about 10 o'clock at night. It was a whiteout blizzard, and he was able to winch them out with a Power Wagon too. So Power Wagon saved the day, but still love the truck.
So for our Power Wagon Ram PR guy, Nick, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And Ram did not pay for this.
You're right.
Did Ford.
Nope.
All right, let's talk about the bed. Let's go back here and talk about the bed.
So I had the bed liner I had added on from the dealer as part of the deal.
Okay.
We were kind of getting down to that last, are we going to make this deal or are we not going to make the deal? And I said, if you throw in a bed liner, then you've got a deal.
Okay. And
so
how much was the truck? What was the sticker on it?
So the MSRP on it was 52,000 something.
Okay. Power Wagons are about 60 now.
Yeah.
Not the new ones, the 2018s, yeah.
Yep. And they don't seem to budge on the Power Wagons either, the dealers. So
and not as many of them are out there. So what did you end up paying for it?
So I ended up paying $46,000 for this.
Good.
But the real point that sold me on it was Ford's incentive at the time, the
Okay.
financial incentive. If you financed through Ford, it was like 2.9 APR or something.
Yeah, really low.
So yeah, great APR, especially since the rates were going up.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how about the color? It's very blue. I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah, so I chose this color primarily because when I was a kid in high school, my dad had an F-150. I think it was a 2002, 2003 with the same color. I always loved this color. And I saw it at the dealer with the package I wanted on it. So it kind of just worked out. I will say that it's a bear to keep clean, right? Because it's dark.
Especially
But
in the winter here.
yeah. So, yeah.
Do you do any towing?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
I'm trying to convince my wife to
Get
get a camper or a travel trailer.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. But we've got another kid on the way, so that'll have to wait.
on the interior, kind of what do you like about it and what don't you like about it?
You know, I think it's my favorite feature has to do with the comfortability of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, tongue twister there.
Yeah.
So heated seats. I've got navigation. The Sync 3 is seamless.
Yeah,
it's
Ford
an
does better,
awesome
yeah.
system. Yeah. Ford Pass integrated with my cell phone is great.
Mm-hmm.
I could be however distance away from the truck and start it with my cell phone, which is really cool. Trailer backup assist is cool. I know the diehard trailer guys out there will make fun of me for that, but I think it's a cool feature. And having a locking rear differential,
You get all the bells and whistles.
yeah, for not the price of a premium package, I think. So,
So
which is cool.
Yeah, so you didn't have to step up to like the Lariat, right?
Right.
Go very kind of leathery and
Exactly. Yeah.
Are there any options like you wish you had?
yeah. Are there anything that you wish you had gotten that you didn't?
Not that I can think of. Maybe the panoramic sunroof that they come with the luxury package, but I've heard those have had some issues with them leaking. I've got a buddy with a 2016 F-150, and he's had constant problems with his sunroof. So, not really.
All right, well, let's talk
Yeah.
about issues that you don't like.
Yeah.
You said you've had some issues with the transmission. Now, this has a new 10-speed, which is part of the reason you're getting such good fuel economy, but what don't you like about the 10-speed?
Yeah, so the 10-speed has been interesting for me. I've got about 6,000 miles on the truck. And the two complaints I have with the 10-speed are rough shifts between 25 and 35 miles an hour. And this whining noise it makes at slower speeds, too. Now, you don't really notice it in the wintertime because your windows are rolled up. But in the summertime, I bought it in September, so it's still pretty nice out. With the windows down and you're cruising at the slow speeds, you can hear that whining noise. It almost sounds like a aftermarket cold air intake. And everything I've read online, Ford is saying it's normal. I don't know, whatever normal is. So time will tell if it's going to be an issue.
So 6,000 miles, you bought it in October. Have you had anything break on it? Have you had any recalls that you've had to do?
No, there's a door latch recall I haven't taken care of yet, but that's the only recall on this. There was another recall for the engine block heaters, but this truck didn't come equipped with it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And you said you had a 2016, was that right?
14, yeah.
So what do you like about the new truck that was missing in the old truck, or what did you like about the old truck that's missing in the new truck?
So the 2014 I had was a great truck.
Yeah. How many miles did you put on it?
About 60,000, yeah. So and that one had the Coyote as well, but that was the STX package. So it was a little more bare bones than the XLT. It didn't have the FX4. It didn't have any navigation or anything like that. So this upgraded package had all those goodies that I was wanting in that truck, and in this truck. Now, they've also upgraded the Coyote since then. So I've got more horsepower with this Coyote. It just seems like a smoother ride. Like I said, the 2014 was a great truck, but this just seems to ride better, right? Like it's smooth.
Yeah, they did a lot of improvements.
Yeah,
and Ford is always upping their game.
Yeah.
And you can really tell, especially in 4 years.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So how about what dealership did you buy it from, and how was your dealership experience?
So I got this truck from Interstate Ford in Dacono.
Okay.
And that's where I bought my 2014 as well.
Yep.
Great dealership. They're pretty upfront about the prices.
Okay.
So they're not one of those dealers to inflate it a whole lot and have this whole, you know,
Yeah, I know. It's
game.
Like,
So
I gotta walk out.
right,
Here.
yeah, exactly.
Let me talk to the salesman.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, they're not like that.
Okay.
So that's one reason I went to them. They gave me a great deal on my trade-in.
Okay.
They threw in the spray-in bed liner, and you know, it's a pretty seamless process over there. So yeah,
So
good experience.
would you go back again? Would you do it again?
I would definitely do it again. Yeah, you know, I think that both experiences that I've had there have been positive. I also like the fact that when I test drove the truck, they let me just do it by myself. I didn't.
No salesman in there.
No
saying,
salesman
what
in
can
there.
I do to get you into this truck today?
Exactly, right? So you can really think about what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Big purchase.
It is a big purchase.
Yeah, and then just kind of, you know, think about it without having any kind of sales interference, if you will.
Or sales pressure.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you said one of the things you may want to swap out is the wheels. You don't like the chrome?
Yeah, it's got a...
It's very chromy.
It's very chromy. Yeah, this truck's got a little bit too much chrome for me. Came with a chrome package, which I wasn't necessarily into, but, you know, everything else was great. So eventually I'll get rid of the wheels. I'll put a winch on the front, probably a new bumper with a winch, and a topper, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah, so it'll be your kind of your Colorado hunting truck.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah. In terms of reliability, how reliable was the old one? And you said there's no problems with this one, but I'm kind of curious. How about the 2014? Did you have any big issues with it?
2014, I had 0 issues.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, no engine issues, no transmission, no computer issues, Windows, nothing.
All right.
So,
right. And I'll give you the softball question.
Yeah.
If you won the lottery tomorrow, what's your dream truck?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know, a part of me wants to say, you know, one of the new Raptors, of course.
The Raptor,
yeah, but
it's a $70,000 truck.
It's $70,000, and it's kind of wide for Colorado trails, right? So, you know, you go up some of those old mining trails, and
I had that.
It's
we
kind of
had the old
sketchy.
Raptor,
Yeah.
2014, and we did. Tommy's behind the camera. We did Webster Pass, and we were following a Forerunner.
Yeah.
And he slowed down. I'm like, why are you slowing down? And I got to it, and it got really, really sketchy on one of those shelf roads, right?
Yeah.
And it had those side steps, right? And basically, luckily, I had the truck kind of on its. I shouldn't tell the story because your mom has not seen this, but it was basically on its side, rubbing the side step against the side of the mountain.
And
good point.
I took those off, even though this truck isn't as wide. I took the side steps off and the air dam in front, so just to avoid that kind of stuff. But I did see that new Raptor make it on Black Bear Pass when you guys were up there.
Yeah,
so
I was impressed. I was like,
I've done one oil change. The dealer did it. Yeah, I used to change my oil on the 2014, so basically the same engine, and it was easy. You know, one other gripe I have about this truck, if I have to think of one, is that it didn't come with the LED headlights. It came with halogen headlights.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, and for the cost of this truck, it's, you know, kind of their mid-level truck.
Right. Yeah, you think you'd get those?
Still get the LEDs. So I might upgrade those eventually, but I'd like to get, you know, 7 years out of this truck at least. But we'll see. You know, like you said, Ford's always coming up with new stuff and new technology and new doodads and hoo-has. So I might get wooed by one of their new models. I don't know. So we'll see, but 7 years is kind of the game plan.
Let me ask you a favor. We're going to hopefully publish this video as soon as possible.
Okay.
And if people have questions for you, will you answer the comments?
Of course. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, so if you have questions for Tom, please put them in the comments below, and when Tom has a chance, he'll try to answer them. If you guys want to be on the show, Dude I Love or Hate My New Ride, just email us at ask@tfltruck.com. We'd love to know about you and your truck. So thank you, Tom.
Thank you, sir. It's great to meet you guys.
Taking the time to actually come and share your truck with us.
Awesome.
As always, this is Roman and Tommy behind the camera saying thanks for watching, and check out tfltruck.com for more news, views, and, you know, real world reviews. Real world reviews.
Yeah, absolutely.